Hey, are you ready to get your purr on? That's because our special guests today are about to share some fascinating findings from a new cat-human bond study. Please welcome to our show, Dr. Taylor Chastain Griffin of Pet Partners and Megan Knoll of Cat Person. Welcome, ladies.
Oh,
You had me at cat. First up, let's do a proper introduction. Dr. Taylor Chastain Griffin is a national director of the AAI Advancement at Pet Partners. That is a mouthful. Can you break it down, Dr. Taylor?
I sure can. Yeah. So it just means animal assisted intervention. So all that I do is to support the work of therapy animals and to get the work taken more seriously as the impactful intervention that it is.
And a little bit about Pet Partners, because I'm a big fan of them. We've had some of your other folks on our show with Pet Partners. You know, I'm a big supporter of therapy pets.
Absolutely. So Pet Partners is one of the largest therapy animal organizations. We're actually international. And so we teach pet owners who have pets who are a good candidate for therapy animal work. We have education available, a registration, and then insurance so that they are empowered to share the love of their pets to their communities.
And they need to go where after the show?
Petpartners.org. We will walk you through the whole process and we need more therapy animal teams.
All right. Also on our show today is Megan Knoll. She's the CEO. I wonder if that means cat extraordinaire. I don't think so. Maybe of Cat Person. What the heck is Cat Person, Megan?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Cat Person is a cat food company. We were founded in 2020. Our founder was just beginning his cat foster journey. He's a really dedicated cat foster and just found himself super overwhelmed by the cat aisle. Like it seemed like all the cat stuff was in the back of a store. There were weird names like Chicken Cacciatore. Like it was really hard for him to figure out what he was feeding his cats. And that is why Cat Person exists. We're trying to bring transparency, simple, high quality recipes to the cat aisle so you can feel really confident that you're making a good decision for when you purchase.
Yeah, sometimes too many choices can make you yell. I mean, really. And how do people find out about your group?
So right now, and you can find all of our products on catperson.com.
Thank you for making it easy. So one thing I know, I've been in the pet world for over 20 years, is sometimes cats are treated like second-class citizens. And I have a household of 4 cats and 2 dogs. I do have a therapy cat, Casey. That's how we say it. And a certified therapy dog, Kona. So I love when they can they're like goodwill ambassadors. Wouldn't you describe that, Dr. Taylor? That's what therapy pets are, aren't they?
They are. I call mine the kings and queens of unconditional positive regard. If only we could all have so much grace in interacting with one another.
So what's going on in the cat world? I think I'm an optimist. Even though I was an investigative newspaper reporter for 20 years, I don't know why I'm still an optimist. But that said, it seems like we're turning the corner a little bit and there's being more of a spotlight on cats. And so tell us about your thoughts about that, Dr. Taylor, and then we'll get Megan's voice on this one. But, you've got a study out, but up to this study, are you starting to see a little bit more attention paid to cats?
Yes, and thank goodness. It's always been confusing to me with a background as a researcher on the human-animal bond, how little exists about cats. They're one of the most common pets. Anyone who shares their life with a cat can talk about how powerful they are. And so I think we're just now starting to kind of, we'll dig through this in the research project, but move past stereotypes and really recognize cats for the meaningful relationships that they bring into our lives.
I like that. So how does Cat Person, the company, Megan, play a role in this new study? I'm not going to give the whole title, but basically it is a cat-human bond study focusing on therapy cats with implications, of course. Wow, that's a big word, implications on all folks that are blessed to have a cat. But what's the role Cat Person plays?
Yeah, so Cat Person believes really strongly in doing social good initiatives as part of our business. So in addition to product donation programs that we have with local rescue partners, we also set aside 1% of our sales, not proceeds, which we're really proud of, to social good work. And our North Star there is really programs that help bring cats and people together. We believe cats and people are better together. So that could be adoption programs that help keep cats in homes longer, but also programs that help lower the barrier to adopting a cat. And exactly what we were saying. It's wild to me that in this day and age, there's still negative cat lady stereotypes out there, but 73% of our customers report that they still think there are negative stereotypes about being a cat owner in the US. We all know how special the cat human bond is, but the reality is, I think the lack of research and storytelling in this area about that bond can prevent people from bringing a cat into their home and their lives. So I think we thought this was a big open area where we could be really like specifically impactful and kind of, bringing research to light.
And you just didn't do this study in 2 seconds. I know you put a lot of work into it. I don't want to dive into the parameters too deeply, but Dr. Taylor, basically it's sort of a spotlight on therapy cats, but with broader impact, right?
Yeah, so we did as much as we could with this study. We had surveys and interviews with cat owners and facilities that had therapy cat visits. But we started our questions with, tell me about your relationship with your cat, because we wanted to speak to that foundational bond that all pet owners have, whether or not your cat is a therapy cat.
That's good. And in the world of therapy animals, I have a therapy cat. He's my second. My last one was named Zeke. He's up in heaven now. It's a little unusual, but it's so needed, right? What's the difference? What's your take on therapy dogs versus therapy cats? The numbers, and how can we boost the numbers for therapy cats?
There are far more therapy dogs, and we have, just a couple hundred of therapy cats in the Pet Partners organization and need so many more. There are nuances explored all throughout the study on this, but cat people want to visit with therapy cats. There are people who have fears of dogs, and there's just preferences. Cats have a different size, just a different impact. So we heard loud and clear 100% of the people we talked to for this project said, I cannot keep up with requests for therapy cat visits. We need more people who have a cat that likes to meet new people to consider this and to just open up people's hearts to cats in this way.
And Megan, what's your take? If somebody asks you, what does a cat or a dog do best for you? How would you answer that?
Oh, goodness. I mean, I think I have a personal answer to this that's like less the research oriented answer.
That's all right.
My relationship with cats to me is such a personal and private relationship versus my relationship to my dogs, where they go a little bit more out in the world. It's this like incredible individual bond where I feel like I'm sharing my life with this creature that has some mystery and things that are like, a little bit like I get to learn about them, whereas my dogs, I love them, but they feel a little bit more like toddlers.
It's like, your dog is out and about and, Facebook posts and all that. But when people see a Facebook post or something else on social media about a cat, I think it does give them, pardon the pun, pause, because it's so unusual. Wouldn't you agree, Dr. Taylor?
Yes. And people talk all the time about being surprised at what a cat can do, especially when we look at therapy cats, a cat on a leash walking down the hall. I'm sure you can attest. It makes people's jaws drop. But I think it's because we've also assumed what cats can't do for so long. We just haven't talked about it. So I adopted many cats throughout this project because I was so inspired and started training them behaviors and thought, how have I missed out? As someone in this field, I didn't realize how much cats could do.